Part 1. What if the world looked at you and decided you would never be enough? Too small, too weak, too ordinary. Imagine being told your biggest dream was impossible, not because you lacked talent, but because your own body refused to grow. Imagine standing on a football field, watching everyone around you become bigger, stronger, faster, while you stayed the same. Most children would have accepted reality. Most would have chosen a different dream. But one little boy refused. He made a promise to himself. I don't have to be the biggest. I only have to become the best. That single decision changed football forever. This is not just a story of a football player. This is a story of every person who has ever been underestimated, every dream that was laughed at, every obstacle that looked impossible to overcome. Because legends are never created by easy beginnings. They are created by impossible battles. Long before the Ballon d'Ors, long before the packed stadiums, long before millions of people chanted his name, there was only a quiet little boy growing up in Rosario, Argentina. A boy who loved football more than anything else. The streets became his playground. The football became part of him. While other children stopped playing when the sun went down, he wished the day would never end. Every touch of the ball made him feel alive. Every dribble was another step toward a dream nobody else could see. He wasn't playing for attention. He wasn't playing for fame. He simply loved the game. And sometimes that kind of love becomes unstoppable. His family wasn't rich. There were no luxury cars, no expensive academies, no shortcuts waiting for him. His parents worked hard every day just to provide a simple life. They couldn't buy him success, but they gave him something far more valuable: belief. They believed in a dream the world couldn't yet understand, because sometimes one person believing in you can change everything. As the years passed, his talent became impossible to ignore. Whenever the ball reached his feet, something magical happened. The game slowed down. Defenders couldn't understand him. The ball seemed attached to his feet. People smiled when they watched him play. But life was preparing a challenge far greater than football. At the age of 10, doctors delivered devastating news. He had a growth hormone deficiency. Without expensive treatment, his body might never develop normally. Suddenly, football wasn't the biggest problem anymore. His future was. The medicine he needed was costly, far beyond what his family could comfortably afford. Imagine hearing those words as a child. Imagine realizing that the dream you've loved your entire life might disappear, not because you weren't talented, but because life had placed an obstacle completely outside your control. Many dreams end at moments like this, not because people stop believing, because reality becomes too heavy. But greatness is born in moments exactly like these, when life gives you every reason to surrender and you choose hope instead. His parents refused to let his dream die. They searched for answers. They sacrificed everything they could. They knocked on doors. They asked for opportunities. Some people admired his talent. Others doubted whether investing in such a small boy made any sense. He heard the whispers. He's too small. He'll never survive professional football. He isn't strong enough. Words can destroy a dream if you allow them to, but they can also become fuel. Every doubt became another reason to improve. Every rejection became another challenge to overcome, because extraordinary people don't spend their lives proving others wrong. They spend their lives proving themselves right. Think about your own life. How many dreams have you abandoned because someone else didn't believe in you? How many opportunities have you missed because fear convinced you to stop? What if the opinions that hurt you the most become the reason you succeed? The truth is, every legend begins with a disadvantage. Not because disadvantages create greatness, but because overcoming them creates strength. Strength that cannot be bought. Strength that cannot be taught. Strength that is earned day after day, failure after failure, sacrifice after sacrifice. That little boy had no guarantee the treatment would change his future. No promise that professional football was waiting for him. No certainty that anyone outside his hometown would ever know his name. All he had was a football, a family that refused to quit, and a dream bigger than his fears. Sometimes that's all it takes. Not perfect circumstances, not unlimited resources, just one reason to keep moving forward. The world still saw a boy who was too small, too fragile, too unlikely to succeed. But hidden behind that quiet smile was a determination stronger than anyone could imagine. Very soon, a single opportunity would appear. One decision, one journey, one chance to leave everything behind. A chance that would change. Sometimes, the biggest opportunity of your life looks exactly like the biggest sacrifice. At just 13 years old, he faced a choice no child should ever have to make. Stay in Argentina, close to his family, close to everything he had ever known, or leave it all behind for a country where he knew almost no one, a place where failure meant losing everything. Imagine saying goodbye to your childhood before you were even old enough to understand what goodbye truly meant. No familiar streets, no lifelong friends, no comforting voice from the next room, just a suitcase, a football, and a dream. That dream took him thousands of miles away to Barcelona, a city filled with opportunity, but also filled with pressure, because opportunity means nothing if you aren't ready to fight for it. Everything was different. A new language, a new culture, a new life. Every day felt like another test. Every training session became another chance to prove he belonged. There were bigger boys, stronger boys, faster boys. Many believed they had a better chance. Once again, he was the smallest player on the field, but he had learned something long ago. The size of your body will never matter more than the size of your heart. While others relied on strength, he mastered control. While others tried to overpower defenders, he learned to outthink them. Every weakness became a reason to develop another strength. That is what champions do. They don't complain about what they don't have. They maximize what they do have. Think about your own life. What if the thing you call your biggest weakness is actually preparing you to become different from everyone else? Because being different is often the beginning of greatness. There were lonely nights when he missed home, missed his family, missed Argentina. The excitement of chasing his dream was often replaced by homesickness. Sometimes success feels lonely, not because you're alone, but because nobody else can walk your path for you. Every great dream demands something. Sometimes it asks for comfort. Sometimes it asks for certainty. Sometimes it asks for everything. Most people quit when life becomes uncomfortable. Champions understand something different. Growth never lives inside comfort. Every difficult day, every painful goodbye, every tear was shaping someone stronger. Football slowly became more than a game. It became his language, his escape, his purpose. Every time the ball touched his feet, the doubts disappeared. He didn't need words. His football spoke for him. His vision amazed coaches. His movement confused defenders. His determination inspired teammates. Little by little, people stopped talking about his size. They started talking about his talent. And that's how life changes. Not overnight, not with one lucky break, but through thousands of invisible moments that nobody applauds. One training session, one sacrifice, one improvement, again and again and again. That's how extraordinary lives are built, not by giant leaps, but by relentless consistency. Most people dream about success. Very few fall in love with the process. That's why most dreams disappear, because dreams without discipline eventually become regrets. As the years passed, the little boy from Rosario wasn't just improving, he was transforming. The fear that once controlled him became confidence. The rejection that once hurt him became motivation. The weakness that once defined him became his greatest advantage, because he learned something the world never teaches. You don't become unstoppable by avoiding hardship. You become unstoppable by surviving it. One coach looked at him and saw possibility. Another saw greatness. Soon, the academy could no longer ignore what was happening. Every match became another reminder. This wasn't an ordinary young player. This was someone special. Someone capable of changing games without saying a single word. Someone who let action speak louder than promises. But With every step closer to greatness, the pressure only grew. The expectations became heavier. The world was beginning to notice. And with attention comes criticism. With success comes envy. With greatness comes responsibility. The little boy who was once told he was too small was now standing at the edge of the biggest stage in football. His dream was no longer impossible. It was becoming reality. But reality would soon test him in ways he had never imagined. Because becoming a star is one battle. Staying at the top is an entirely different war. If this story has reminded you that your biggest weakness can become your greatest strength, take 1 second right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe to Rise from Zero for more true stories that prove ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things. And in the comments, write just 3 words. I keep going. Because the moment you stop making excuses, you start writing your own legend. In the next chapter, everything changes.